Hello again, everyone, and welcome inside. It is the Adam Jones Podcast, Season 3, presented by the Baltimore Banner. I'm Jerry Coleman. He's the former five-time MLB All-Star. His name is Adam Jones, and today it's episode number 76, AJ. We're going to be joined by Baltimore native and former NBA player, friend of the podcast. We've been waiting to get him on, Rudy Gay, talking about what he's up to these days, the end of the NBA season, and his passion, of course, for Orioles baseball. In addition, we'll talk about the latest arm injury to the Orioles staff during our For the Bird segment. That's presented by the Maryland Lottery. During Baltimore and Beyond, presented by our friends at Relief Medical Marijuana Dispensary. We'll talk about this upcoming trip to Birmingham for you and Rickwood Field, the legendary field, where they will be playing a game tonight in prime time. Plus a chance to win a $50 gift card from Lido Pizza in our Socially Speaking segment. But as always, let's bring in our featured guest. He is sponsored by Jimmy's Famous Seafood. He loves the seafood. He loves the golf tournament. He's Rudy Gay. Rudy, thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys.
Now, Rudy, I want to begin because I mentioned this to Adam before the podcast. I don't know if you recall this. I know I've told you the story before, but the first time I got a chance to meet you was at a McDonald's in Catonsville in 2004. You were at Archbishop Spalding. You were getting ready to play in the McDonald's High School All-American game, and there was a big party at the Mickey D's. I remember a lot of free food. Some I brought home, maybe a shake or two. But that was like the start of everything for me, even though you were already established. A lot of great high school players around you at that time as well, Rudy. What do you recall from all that?
I just remember being super competitive in Baltimore, in the Baltimore area. Just every game was a battle. We had a lot of great players come out at the same time, and it was kind of like, steel sharpening steel. So, it was a good time. And I tell a lot of guys all the time, I came out of Baltimore, and, I've had a long career, but there was a lot of people that really, really drove me to be more competitive. And, I'm proud to come out of the BCL and in Baltimore in general.
I'm not from Baltimore, so I don't know the basketball scene. I know
you might as well.
I know, but I didn't grow up there, so I don't know the basketball scene. Like if I grew up, I would have knew you and knew of the whole generation of guys like I do in San Diego. So I know there's guys that didn't make it. I did. Who are some guys that were in the Baltimore whole DMV area that pushed you, KD and other guys? Because I know you guys got a plethora of guys, but who's guys that pushed you that we don't know about? Or I don't know about, I should say.
Chip knows my arch nemesis even to this day, Will Thomas, who I respect to this day, Mount St. Joe. And even further on, Jeff Green is somebody I competed against since, 8th grade. And, I think we've had similar coming up. Names to name a few. What is it? Like Malcolm Delaney was one of them. DeJuan Summers. Well, these two were pros though. They were pros, but maybe the tenure it wasn't like that. But had great careers. Somebody else that probably has Chester Frazier, who played for Illinois. That was actually my AAU teammate, Paris Carter. Another AU teammate of mine. That's out of Lake Clifton. These guys are my peers, and it's a lot of other names that I probably would get. If I go to one of these restaurants in the city, I'd probably get killed for not naming them. But it is what it is.
Is DMV the best? Is DMV the best in the region of basketball? We claim California is the best state. As for baseball, Florida, Arizona, and Georgia, they got something to say about it. Is the DMV, is that region the best for basketball in the country?
I think so. I think DMV is that because we compete against each other. We're about a 30-minute drive from everywhere. So, we play in tournaments against each other. We battle. We look at each other. We look at each other's stats. We look at each other's schools. We do all that. And y'all don't count because California is a huge state, man. You don't even talk like somebody from Oakland, so it's totally different. You know what I mean?
That is true. Our states are, it's North Carolina and Southern California. I was going to lead to my next question about that is, what truly is the DMV? I hear what the hell is the D? That DC,
District,
Maryland, Virginia.
yeah, DC district.
DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Yeah.
But Baltimore, is that do they want to claim it? How far down into
I
Virginia
don't
do you
ever
go?
hear anyone use the term DMV in Baltimore, Rudy. How about you? I mean, I don't hear it too often.
I don't even think they claim us. The DMV claims us. We're our own entity, man. We honestly, Baltimore is Charm City, man. There's a charm about it. It's something different. It's something different than anything in the East Coast, I believe. It's not really like DC. Obviously, we have some similarities. In college, I had there was a guy that played for the football team that was from DC, and all the way in Connecticut. We had some similarities, but yet I'll talk to people like, man, we totally different.
So, Rudy, then after high school, you, of course, decided to go out of state, breaking hearts in the state of Maryland by playing at UConn. I think Gary Williams is still ticked off to this day about that. Take us through that decision. I know you've explained it, but here we are years later, and people are wondering what Maryland would have looked like with Rudy Gay.
Okay, my explanation was, one, I have family in New Haven, Connecticut, so that's more than anything. Most of my family, like I have my father's side of the family are all from New York, Connecticut. So, one, that was one factor. Second factor, I just, Coach Calhoun said it to me straight. This is a team that's coming off a national championship. And he told me he really believed in me. He said, obviously we just won a championship. We have players in your position, but if you do what you're supposed to, the spot is yours this year. On the other end, you had Gary Williams. We all know Gary, and you know how he can be. He told me, and I had somewhat of an ego at the time, being an All-American and coming up. But he told me I was going to play behind Nick Cantamelli for, at that time was a sophomore. So I had 2 years to start in college. And personally, I didn't even think I was going to be in college for 2 years. I left after 2 years. So I was like, well, if that's how you feel, I'm going to go to the next place, But, I always use that as a chip because on my shoulder because you know how it is. You know how it is, Adam. You got to use what you got to use. But, he told me I was going to play behind somebody for 2 years. I didn't like that.
Oh, that ain't going to work.
No.
Yeah. You can't tell me I'm going to play behind somebody.
But All-American. You're going to tell me I had to wait. You know what I mean?
Very true. What goes into that decision, though, of coming out after 2 years? You were still part of the era in the CBA where you can come out after 1 year. And I don't know if you were still part of the high school. You could come out of high school, too.
Yeah, I think our year was the last year we coming out of high school. And I actually debated on it. Because a lot of guys in my McDonald's class came out as well. I'm glad I didn't because I like, I love the fact that I went to Connecticut. I love, I don't like missing steps. So that was I
like that.
Yeah, that was a learning experience for me.
So I'm saying what goes into that? You could have came out after your freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
You could have waited one more year after your junior year.
Right.
What goes into that decision of coming out? Because in baseball, you go to college, it's 3 years mandatory. Football, 3 years mandatory. Basketball, you guys have the luxury of coming out whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, so it's a funny story. After my first year in college, I think we had lost to NC State, and I was distraught. I was really messed up about it, and I thought this. Obviously, every kid that comes in thinks they're going to win a championship that first year, and we came up short. But afterwards, I go into Coach Calhoun's office, and he starts talking. He says, we lost, but next year we're going to be 10 times better. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, Coach, I haven't even told you I'm coming back yet, which is crazy. So I'm like, Coach. So I answer him. I'm like, Coach. So I'm not really sure if I want to come back to school. So he just completely ignores me. He's like, so next year when you come back, we'll be much better, much better. And he kind of forced my hand. So that's why I came back the second year. After the second year, he was like, okay, Rudy, I understand. You have family, you got to go. And that's what I respect about him. He had my best interest in mind.
Rudy, the whole NIL situation going on in college now, are you upset you missed out on that? And how do you feel like it's impacting the game? Because, I mean, I'm sure, not for you, but I'm sure there were players in the past that maybe got an envelope shoved under a desk to them here or there, but now it's out in the open.
Yeah, I know. Adam, we about, 10 years too old? 15 years too old?
I look at it both ways, is that we both were successful, so I can't hate on it. The previous generation, 2 generations before us, I feel bad for them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like the early 80s and 90s, those guys grinded their ass off, and Max was making something. These guys now, well, I mean, these guys, you're talking about generational wealth. Well, man,
crazy.
In all sports, and I think it's great.
I mean, I think the NCAA has been benefiting off of, like you said, Adam, for so long off these players, even games and all sorts of things, putting people's faces on there, and then that's really I honestly think it's time. It's time for it. These kids. I think, with that being said, I think somebody just signed for a school for $2 million. I couldn't imagine being 19 years old making $2 million. Like, I'd be in a hole whenever for anything. I'll make it and lose it and try to get it back. But I don't know. I think society is getting a lot more mature, so I think kids are ready for it. I also think it's due. Like, some of these people that go to college and make money like that, that's probably the most money they ever want to make. So, I think everybody should have a chance to benefit off of their success in college also.
Obviously, you were able and fortunate to play for one of the best coaches of all time and a winner. Not many people are able to say that. How was Coach Calhoun as a coach, and then away as whatever you were able to divulge?
As you know, coaches have 2 personalities. If you're a good coach, you have to have 2 personalities. Coach Calhoun was, I say it all the time, and this is excuse my language, but he was the best asshole I've ever been around in my life. So there'll be times it'd be like, so at times you feel like, man, how does he even think of the combination of words to put together to insult somebody? But yet off the court, he would be so helpful and like be the best person possible. So, he had a great mix of personalities. He knew who to deal with. He knew what buttons to push and who to push them with.
Wanted to get to the NBA with you, Rudy. It's finals time, as we know. Is it me, or does it seem like they drag on even longer than when you were playing? And this matchup that we watched between the Celtics and the Mavericks, your thoughts on Luka? And he received both good and bad attention because, I mean, yeah, he can shoot, but his defense is offensive to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like what you get is what you get. Like Luka is probably one of the best offensive players we've probably ever seen in this game. But obviously, for those guys that have been where he is now, and he's learning, he's 26, 25. So he's learning. I mean, you got to understand, you have to give more effort. You have to give it all to win a championship. From watching all of these people in the past, I mean, obviously he knows how to run a team on the offensive end. And, and I've seen different ways of different players trying to help him, but and to his credit, I think he's hurt. I think he's injured or something. So he's playing through injuries. But with that being said, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Some people don't even get I personally never played in the finals. I give my right leg to play in the finals, but I don't think I'll be any good when I get there.
Not with one leg.
How about a kidney? I could play with a kidney, without a kidney. Maybe, I don't know.
To me, people have said that NBA, baseball, football, everybody's getting soft in terms of everything. And I think that's attributed to social media. Everybody and betting. Everybody is watching every game. You have TVs on every game is telecast. So everybody is seeing every game and they want to call and BS about every call, about everything, and just cry. And as somebody who's physically been through it,
Right.
Is it easy to foul LeBron James? And if you foul him, and again, if you foul him or Luka, or Jason Tatum, if you have to foul these guys, it's not a normal slap on the damn wrist. Like, you got to WWE these dudes. They're not little guys. I think TV gives a perception that you're the same size as the normal dude.
No,
you're not. You're a big ass dude.
Yeah.
And moving at a speed of a 5'9" dude.
So the thing about it is, so our rule in the NBA is, like, if you're going to foul somebody, don't let them get the ball over their head. So, no and ones ever. So a basic foul, what looks like on TV, is not a basic foul. A basic, if you're, you know how it is, Adam. Like, you've had collisions in the outfield. Like, if you're running at full pace and a guy just nips you, you're going to go. You know what I mean? So that's what happens. So, like, obviously, social media, what social media has done and how it's ruined society is instant gratification. People think stuff is supposed to happen right now. This is supposed to happen right now. Oh, you got to change this right now. But it doesn't work like that. Things happen. Obviously, content is king. So a lot of our sports are trying to, go towards trying to alleviate those things that happen on social media. But it's hard to, man, because we're playing at a high level. We're exceptional athletes. We're big as hell. Everybody, that's what we do. We play sports, but when we're not playing, we play the sport. When we're not playing the sport, we're preparing to play that sport. So we're not an average athlete or average person. I tell my friends all the time. Like, yo, you sprain your ankle, you can stay out of work for a week or a month. If I sprain my ankle, if I don't play in 2 days, I'm going to get killed on social media. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's a lot different.
And that used to be the way, obviously, back in the day. And now with social media, it's changed things. But when you were playing, we didn't have guys taking days off when they were healthy and stuff of that nature. Yeah. So that's why I do feel like the league has changed a little bit, and not for the better with all these guys and the load management that's going on. And yet they're supposed to be in better shape than ever before.
But once again, it's social media. Everything is excessive. The pitch count. People, you have to hurry up and pitch the ball. Like, we're shooting more threes now in NBA. Like, scores are crazy high. Like, it's just offensive. Everything has to put up numbers. And for some parts of the game, it's good, but for some, it kind of takes away from it.
More coming up on the Adam Jones Podcast, but first, a word from our sponsors. Listeners, tell your friends. The Baltimore Police Department is hiring the next generation of officers. Starting salary is over $61,000. Plus, you'll receive an additional $10,000 signing bonus upon swearing in. Apply today to start your career in public safety. This is a great opportunity to serve the city you love and start a career that makes a difference in your community. Apply now at bpdrecruit.org. That's bpdrecruit.org. bpdrecruit.org. The Adam Jones Podcast is brought to you by our friends at the Weinman Company. Everyone knows Greenmount Station in Hampstead, but did you know that at Greenmount Station you can bet 7 days a week just like you're at the track? With in-person teller windows and state-of-the-art touchscreen kiosks. And with Greenmount Station's brand new Bet Park Sportsbook, you can bet on all other sports as well, wherever you are in Maryland. Spreads, money lines, live bets, props, parlays, and teasers. The Bet Parks Maryland mobile app is now live for Apple and Android devices, so you'll never miss your next big score. Just search for Bet Parks MD in the Apple App Store or on Google Play. And for a limited time, 21 and over Adam Jones Podcast listeners can get a $75 gift card to Greenmount Station simply for opening a new account with promo code GMS and a minimum $50 initial deposit. $75 gift card for new users in Maryland only. 21 and over only. Please play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. The Adam Jones Podcast is brought to you by Jimmy's Famous Seafood, Charm City's favorite crab cake destination. Local sports fan? Experience the ultimate pregame party at the tailgate. Cheer on the Ravens with iconic live performances, an open bar, and mouth-watering eats. Can't make it? No worries. Bring the same food that caught the attention of the Food Network right to your doorstep. Shipping East Coast recipes nationwide. Jimmy's Famous Seafood is the official sponsor of the guests appearing on the Adam Jones Podcast.
It might be an 11. Maybe a 9. It could be 13's time. Or 5. With new Cash Pop from the Maryland Lottery, a winning number is drawn 4 times a day. Just pick a number from 1 to 15 for a chance to win cash, like the $2,500 top prize.
Woo! Cash Pop.
Cash Pop.
Pop, pop.
Put a little pop in your day.
If you received ERC funds, listen closely. The IRS has 10 years to audit your claim, but you only have until March 22nd to get taxpayer relief, and the clock is ticking. If you're losing sleep over a possible audit, we'll review your claim. If you made a filing error, we'll set things right. If you're being audited, we'll provide expert representation. The IRS Voluntary Disclosure Program ends March 22nd. You deserve peace of mind. Visit SaveMyERC.com to schedule a consultation today. That's SaveMyERC.com. Effective Solutions, your one-stop shop for commercial contracting. Everything from excavation and site development to emergency remediation and restoration. Effective Solutions specializes in many forms of commercial and mixed-use construction. With a dedicated staff and a commitment to quality, Effective Solutions delivers every time. There are a lot of ways to make whiskey, but there's only one way to make Jack Daniels. At Jack Daniels, they charcoal mellow every drop, only using water from Cave Spring Hollow in Tennessee. When you make your own label, you make everything else yours too. But we don't need to tell you that, do we? Make it count. Jack Daniels. Please drink responsibly. Tennessee whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniels and Old No. 7 are registered trademarks. 2022. Jack Daniels. All rights reserved. The Adam Jones Podcast welcomes Relief Shop. Shop Maryland's largest adult use and medical cannabis menu, located at 1114 Cathedral Street in Baltimore, with medical delivery available throughout Maryland 7 days a week. Only at Relief Shop.
Your fun awaits at Hollywood Casino Perryville. Feed the whole crew with something for everyone, from cheesesteaks to crab cake sandwiches. Plus, ask how you can get a $15 dining credit. Get in on the gaming action with the hottest slots and your favorite table games like blackjack, roulette, and poker. Free live shows every Friday and Saturday. Come experience non-stop fun and excitement only at Hollywood Casino Perryville.
Hey Baltimore, Monument City Brewing has been crafting the best beer in Maryland since 2014. Located at 1 North Haven Street in Baltimore, you've seen us at the ballpark. Now drop by our tasting room. Open Thursday through Sunday with events, music, and great food trucks. And this year we are honored to collaborate with Adam Jones and the Adam Jones Podcast with Simply AJ Ballpark IPA, available throughout the baseball season. It's going to be a great year, Baltimore. Visit us online at monumentcitybrewing.com or follow us on Instagram at Monument City Brewing.
Hey, you work hard, I work hard, and we all like to save money. That's why we need the Royal Farms ROFO Rewards app to get more value for our hard-earned money. With the app, you earn royalty points on every purchase, can place mobile orders for quick pickup, plus a discount at the gas pump with ROFO Pay. We all like to save money, and with the ROFO Rewards app, we do.
Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
It's the perfect time to check out a spacious and reliable new Toyota SUV. Like a RAV4, with available all-wheel drive and plenty of cargo space, you'll go from errands to adventures in no time. Plus, available features like wireless charging will keep you connected. Or check out a Highlander with seating for up to 8. It's a hub for family adventure. Your Toyota dealer is getting new vehicles in stock regularly. So don't wait. Find deals on a RAV4 or Highlander at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. The Bay Sox are in town June 18th to the 23rd, and fireworks follow Friday and Saturday night games. It's Educator Appreciation Week, so school employees can get 2 free tickets by showing their school ID Tuesday through Friday. Sunday is one of our big bobbleheads of the season, the Adley Rutschman Grayson Rodriguez dual bobble, featuring both players walking off the field together after another 1-2-3 frame. Get tickets at baysox.com. And now back to the Adam Jones Podcast.
Who's the toughest guy you've had to defend?
Toughest guy I've ever had to defend.
And skill, and explain different guys. Like somebody is just a bully, just big and physical, and then somebody that's just like, damn, I just can't stay in front of this damn dude.
I can't put it in one. Let me give you 5 people that I think I've had really hard time guarding. I think
We'll take your starting 5.
My starting 5. I say one would be Tracy McGrady.
Ooh,
he was tough because he was my height, could shoot, could pass, could do everything. Whenever he passed the ball, I'm like, whew. I'm like, like damn, like, I say Kevin Durant, and I say KD because let's put the skill of T-Mac in a 7-foot body. So
can run. These dudes,
everything.
people don't understand. You guys are big. You're not
And
6
I'm
foot.
big. I'm big.
Yes.
And I'm guarding someone that's 3 inches on me. That KD lies about his age a lot. I mean, his height a lot.
His height. Yeah, he probably lied about his age too. I don't know.
No, not KD, but it's the African players that do that. And those Dominicans too, they lie. But I say KD and obviously Kobe. Kobe because so he was so skilled and he'll throw like if you stop one thing, he had a counter to everything. Everything, every single thing. And I also say Melo was tough. Melo was tough.
Big.
He was big,
waiting for that name.
very physical, and very, he was.
Melo got meat on him. Melo, a big dude.
Yeah. I love him to death, but he was kind of one of them Luka guys. So I got my numbers against him too, but he was tough. Love you, Melo.
Speaking of Melo, I did want to ask you how much you keep in touch with him. And I think I asked you this at the Jimmy's Famous Seafood Golf Tournament. How's he getting all these endorsements? He's on like every other commercial I watch, whether it be tequila or beer.
Yeah, he's a man. Like he's well, me and Melo, so Melo is about 2 years older than me. So we've in the early beginnings, it was just one of those things where I looked up to him. And we didn't really have, you know how it is when you look up to somebody, you only have the relationship that you don't really have a relationship. You just watch. And we just playing against each other and being from the same area. We formed a relationship and we're a lot closer right now than we've ever been. But I don't know. I ask him all the time. I said, look, if you get all these endorsements, at least let me get a gift bag or something. I need something.
I'm going to ask about Kobe Bryant. Obviously, to me, I mean, I got to see him my whole life.
Right.
I think we both did, being similar age.
Yeah.
Jordan, I was a little too young to comprehend what was really going on. Maybe you on the East Coast. Maybe you guys got the late night game. You got to see him a little bit more often. But you have anything like a good Kobe Bryant story? To me, he was obviously the Mamba for a reason, and you got to play against him in the real prime cerebral part, I think, of his career also.
So let me put it in perspective. The thing about it is Kobe, all right, this is a testament to his mentality. Kobe idolized Michael Jordan, as we all know and can see. Didn't have the talent Michael Jordan, natural born given talent that Michael Jordan had. Okay. But he worked his hardest, and I mean like his hardest, and in his brain, like it was just wired different. I tore my Achilles. I forgot when it was in my career, and he had torn his like 2 years prior, and I got a chance to just pick his brain about like just the injury, and the things he told me was just like, man, this man is different. Like, I wanted to go to the gym and work out right at that point. You know what I'm saying? He's that kind of guy. But it just puts things in perspective because, you know, he wills his way into everything, into anything. And, you know, that's one thing that I don't think, you know, a lot of guys idolize Kobe, but I don't think they understand the mentality he had.
Well, I'll tell you, Kobe was a huge fan of women's basketball, and the WNBA has certainly taken off. It's been around forever. I mean, it was around when you were playing.
Yeah.
They got all this notoriety going right now, Rudy. What do you remember about the WNBA when you were playing, and how about the level it's reached now? And do you think the players are handling all the attention correctly? Because there's a lot coming their way.
Well, I was in the dunk contest in the McDonald's game when Candace Parker beat all of us. So I was.
How did you guys feel about that episode?
The funniest thing about it, this McDonald's game had Dwight Howard, myself, Josh Smith, J.R. Smith, all these people in the dunk contest, and Candace Parker wins. So, you know, I've always had respect for the W, but I like where it's going. I think this is different for the girls, the women that are playing, because for the most part, it if you look at our league, you always have a player, like every league has a player that drives the league. And I don't think the women are really going about it the right way, because they got to kind of like ride that, you know what I mean? Instead of feeling some sort of way about it, because that's just business. It's business at the end of the day. And also, I think, we're talking about Caitlin Clark, obviously. I think she's pretty damn good. So it's like, at the end of the day, I mean, you just kind of got to, understand and bring your A game when you play against that person, because every time every league, every business, every anything has something that drives it. I think she's driving the league, and I think it's for the good. And this is a league that hasn't performed well over the years, and to get this kind of attention, you kind of got to ride that wave.
I think that's great. I think everybody agrees that is great. I mean, you see now they're getting the women are getting their own TV every night. They have the cameras like you guys have for the entrance,
Right.
So you see in the fits, seeing the different fits, you know what I mean? Seeing the barometer is definitely on what's going on. But do you think that the new fans are pushing this whole like you're playing too hard against her? Or we've all been rookies.
Mm-hmm.
I remember facing Randy Johnson in Yankee Stadium, threw a slider, my back foot slipped because it was a ball. Umpire rung me up. I looked back. He looked at me and just looked that way towards the dugout. Take your ass that way. It's part of just being everyone gets a rookie treatment, doesn't matter who it is. But do you think now with social media and these new fans, because they're new fans, let's be honest with ourselves, it's a new fandom.
Yeah.
They're the ones that's driving this whole, she's getting hit too hard. And I love the way she's handling it. Hey, man, this is part of the sport. I got hit like this in Iowa, too.
Yeah.
Where were you at?
Yeah. I mean, I see, I don't like, what I don't like is people, targeting her. I don't like that. But I do think it's part of the game. Like, okay, you want to prove it today. Okay, let's put on, anybody, if they're hitting a couple shots, put them on the ground. That's what we did. You know what I'm saying? I'll foul them one time real hard. Like, let's see. Like, let's see how they respond. But if you're trying to hurt the person, that's a problem.
Of course.
And I think that's all a part of, we have players. Like, I mean, you got a league full of players, right? So everybody's not going to take things the same way, But I think it's the league and also her teammates' job to protect her.
True.
Yeah, I agree with that. Did want to ask you about baseball. We know you're a big-time Orioles fan. Things are going well right now as we speak.
I was at the game yesterday, baby.
I've seen you at games. I've seen you in the Orioles dugout. I remember you were talking with Brady Anderson one time. I didn't realize your passion for baseball. Where did that come from?
So my grandfather's from the South, and growing up in this Southeast, that's where being a black man, that's what they did. They played baseball, and he somewhat raised me, and that was our family sport. Like, we watched the O's. It's funny because yesterday I saw a BJ Surhoff jersey. I'm like, wow, that puts me right back in my sitting in my grandfather's lap. And I wanted one. I'm gonna get one. But it's just it's a game I excelled in at a young age. I played it until the strike zone got the best of me. So, and I had to switch it over. But I love the game. I still do. My kids play it. They're actually at baseball camp right now, and it's just fun. It's easy
outside of my co-host, your favorite.
You said what?
It's easy. Like, me and my kids just go out back, get your glove, and we play catch.
I thought you said the sport is easy. You said that part is easy. That part is easy.
That raised Adam's antenna.
Yeah, playing with your kids in the backyard. Oh, that's definitely easy. I thought you were saying like playing it easy. Yeah, we've seen.
I quit because it wasn't easy.
So I was going to say outside of my co-host Adam Jones.
Yeah,
I'm
probably the second best baseball player on this.
Favorite all-time Oriole outside of Adam.
Outside of Adam, I mean, come on, Cal or Eddie Murray or Mike Messina.
It's going down Hall of Fame highway.
I mean, no, but see, that's a good name. No, that's a good name because a lot of people you ask them who's their favorite player, and they name players that aren't even in their time frame of age. Like Eddie Murray. Eddie Murray retired in 97. His 500 home run was in 95. You were 7 or 8 years old at that time. So he could have been your grandfather's favorite player, therefore leaked over into being your favorite player. Yeah. But your favorite, when you say it, Mike Mussina, that means you watched baseball and you didn't follow everybody. Cal Ripken, everybody's favorite player, like Michael Jordan. But everybody has a personal favorite player or favorite players. I like dirtbags back in San Diego, Eric Owens, Damian Jackson. I don't even know if you know who these guys are. But these are my guys, obviously. But who didn't love Tony Gwynn? That was
give you another
consensus.
Bobby Bonilla.
That's a guy. Bobby Bonilla, good dude, right there, and could play with an attitude.
By the way, where are we?
Was it us? No, it's the Mets.
The Mets. Okay.
Mets are still paying him. It's crazy. It's coming. It's July 1st. He gets his another allotment until 2035. Lucky ducky.
Oh my God.
And just chilling. He in Florida, he chilling. He like 60 now. He just like, man, he got a boat and go with his son golfing.
You think baseball players are jealous of NBA contracts, Rudy?
No, I just saw Ohtani's contract, so no.
You know what? It was a time where it was reversed. It's the baseball guys were the top because we had all guaranteed, and then you guys, I don't know if you can correct me on this, the marketing or something where you guys had to spend up to some percentage of revenue or something like that, and then everybody's making 30 million. You're like, damn.
Yeah. So we signed a lot of the TV contracts, and we split the revenue, which is we're about to have another contract, which is going to be super stupid, and these contracts are going to be insane coming up.
Is that why you're not retiring? You just say, hey man, maybe I can get one more. Give me one more option.
Hey, I'm not done. Look, I'm not done, but I ain't searching. So it is what it is. You know what I mean?
One thing about the NBA and MLB, they got great unions, unlike the other two big sports, and that's helped a lot.
Yeah, that's a testament to our leagues and our PAs. So, it's different. It's different.
Oh, all right. I'll throw in one last question. So Charles Barkley, he intimated that he may be retiring. Do you buy that? I mean, him off TV permanently?
I don't think so. I mean, I think, it might be a different avenue or something. This is like when Tiger said, I'm not with Nike anymore. Doesn't mean he's not going to have a brand or something. You know what I mean? So exactly. I don't see him being done, but there might be some more to that.
You think Stephen A. Smith goes there and take the job if they give it to him? I mean,
I hope
they'll offer more money.
I hope not.
They offer more money.
How do you feel about Stephen A. entering an arena like he's playing in the game with cameras all around him? All right, that expression for those watching on YouTube says enough.
Yeah.
Little SMH.
A little bit of look at me. When you see the pink suit,
yeah,
it's like
hard to miss even in the dark. I mean, it glows in the dark.
And that's our fault because we allow that. And he's never played a basketball game a day in his life.
No, he played in college. He just, again, he played at Winston-Salem. His numbers are out there. No, his numbers are out there.
Yeah,
what numbers are out there? They're not that good, but his numbers are out there. He admitted he was not that good, and he went right to journalism. And he went to journalism right away. No, he said he went to journalism right away. Smart for him. Very smart. Hey, Jerry went to journalism 4th grade. I mean, some people knew and know where they're going.
And I'm still going through it now.
Where they're at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So I still haven't got my.
He admitted it, but I don't know. It's like, have we given too much to the media? Because they're literally saying you suck, uttering those words, opposed to he missed the shot. Maybe, they don't give no credit to the defender who's been on your ass all night. But it's like you had a bad night. No, the defender was in my ass all night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like we're talking professional athletes going against professional athletes. And you have somebody that has never been a professional athlete telling you suck.
That's life.
Like, what are we talking about here? You can't tell me that. Like, okay, you do it then.
They can't. I mean, have you seen we all know. That's why I like the show. Bring back Pros versus Joes. I think that show should be brought back 100%.
Yeah, but obviously they put in like the top tier athletes. Let's put what you think. Who the people you think suck?
Yeah, I know. Bring in like a D3 kicker. Yeah. Bring in D3 guys. Start like low and bring up tiers. Like, okay, some guy who thinks he signs up can go against a current D3 guy, and then go against this guy, and then you make yourself up to North Carolina's guy or Tennessee's guy, and then make it somebody who's still looking for a job in Major League Baseball who might drill your ass.
Right.
He is Rudy Gay. He was a straight shooter on the court, even straighter shooter off the court on the podcast. Thank you, Rudy.
Appreciate it, man.
No problem. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Boy, was that fun.
Yeah. Oh, man. He's got some good stories. And I like he takes his time. That means he's thought about everything. And he knows. I like that. He's like,
well thought out, gentleman. Sort of like, it reminds me of you. I mean, you put some thought into these comments.
Well, when you want to call somebody a SOB, you just can't deliberately call them a SOB. I've learned that. So you have to call them an SOB in a different way. And there's many other ways to do that. And he's one of the best I've seen.
You've mastered that. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I've learned.
Yeah. All right, let's move along here. Our For the Birds segment, Adam, is sponsored by our friends over at the Maryland Lottery. Hey, when you play the Maryland Lottery, set limits, never play when you're stressed, and know your odds of winning. To learn more, visit mdlottery.com/play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to play. Want to talk about these rash of arm injuries for the Orioles pitching staff. Kyle Bradish now a second time he's injured his arm. Down 4 pitchers by last count. Wells, Means, Bradish, and Danny Coulombe has an elbow issue. So does the team go out and acquire someone, or do they wait it out or bring someone up from the minor leagues? What do you think?
I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. I mean, you're going for a pennant. I think that's the consensus this year is we're going for the pennant. Maybe last year or the year before, it could have been like maybe be cautious, still stay in house. But you're going for the pennant now. I think maybe it's time to make a move. I don't know who. And again, that's always subject to a lot of different conspiracies and who's going to go for who and all that. But that's with Sig and Mike, who do, I think, a great job of analyzing these situations. And it's unfortunate. Obviously, guys going down. It sucks, especially it's a very similar injury to everybody with the elbow.
Bradish is troubling, only that it started in spring training and then he pitched so well at him and people were complaining, why did you take him out of a no-hitter? Well, this is the reason why you took him out of a no-hitter.
But see, the people who type this stuff on Facebook and all these other forums and stuff, like, come on. Again, we just talked about with Rudy. They have no idea. And that was obviously the smart move by Hyde by taking him out. And because it's a pitch limit. But again, and I'm saying he was throwing fuzz. He was nasty. I mean, he looked just as good as I think anybody in all of baseball during his time, even with the game that he had to come out of. He looked just nasty. And, it sucks and unfortunate. But again, I like that hopefully he mentioned it as soon as possible. That's the most important thing. Like, you don't say like, what is this? Maybe since he's felt it before, he says, hey, I don't like this feeling real quick, and got to Ebel as soon as possible, and got his treatment as soon as possible, because the Orioles are very, very good at that. And again, I said this, it's like what the Yankees are doing with Garrett Cole is with their success, they've been able to push him back June. And by their success, they pushed him back another 3 weeks. Take your time. And I think if the Orioles continue to have good success, they can take their time. And hey, if you can get 6 good starts out of him, 1 with the last ending of the season, and then 5 in the playoffs, hey, it's all about timing, and you can rest in the offseason. But again, you got to get treated and get to the issue as soon as possible.
Yeah, we'll cross our fingers. But
and with everybody else too. Sorry, I can't mention. I'm just disrespectful not to mention everybody else. They're all equally important.
Sure.
Bradish obviously is the headliner, but Coleman is very important to the staff. Wells is obviously very important, and you're missing Mean. So these are all guys that are very important and meaningful. Again, the Orioles have it in-house, but let's see what they do.
Yeah, and right now, Corbin Burns and Grayson Rodriguez are certainly holding it down. All right, time to move beyond Baltimore, where you reside. Our national and sometimes international perspective brought to you by Relief Medical Marijuana Dispensary, where they go above and beyond to help you, the medical patient. The Rickwood game coming up tonight in Birmingham, Alabama, the first Major League Baseball regular season game in a ballpark that's been around over 114 years. It's the Cardinals and the Giants. What are you excited about for this series? I mean, there's so much history about this ballpark. We've talked about it on previous podcasts, but going back to 1910, I did a little reading on the place, and I didn't realize how many legends would stop there on their way, I guess, coming up from Florida from spring training to their major league clubs and at least played a game or a few innings there.
Well, it's called barnstorming back then, and that's basically just trying to get a game where you can get a game in. Unfortunately, during that time, you're talking about 114 years ago, during that time, certain people weren't allowed to play with certain people or against. So, guys just went and found a field, and it's just great that this field has been around for so long, and unbelievable job by MLB to go in here, and obviously with the Negro Leagues, to go in here and refurbish the ballpark. And, by us, we had a softball game for Juneteenth. Yesterday, we were able to have a barbecue outside and just hang out and just have just a marvelous time, just as like they would do. We wanted to recreate an old situation, and we bringing in Hall of Famers. We're bringing in some of the old Negro Leagues, even more, and it's just going to be a big party. And I expect tonight the Giants, we're honoring Willie Mays, and the Cardinals to obviously pay homage to a field that I know a lot of their parents, black, white, or indifferent, have had some sort of recollection to it. Their favorite players probably played there. So it's just going to be a special night. It's going to be eerie, but being here the entire time has just been a special moment. I think for myself, being a baseball fan, being a baseball historian, this is just me learning more and more about baseball, but also the Negro Leagues and some of the tough stories that these guys are telling me. It's like, man, you have to take appreciation for the things they went through, and they did it with a smile on their face, for the things that I go through, and I'm angry about it, and I'm living the life. You know what I'm saying? So it really puts a perspective into a lot of things.
Now, they've certainly changed the dimensions, because back in the day, I couldn't believe it was 500 feet to center field. Who was hitting home runs over that center field wall back then? It was like 5.
Nobody. Oh, no. I mean, no. So that game back then was inside the Parkers. I mean, it was a triples game back then. Everything was about speed, hitting line drives. And obviously a center fielder is not going to play 450 feet. So back then the game, the Negro Leagues, it was a contact, speed, have some fun, get in a pickle. Where do you think that came from? So the fun part of the game, that happened through the Negro Leagues. Although those, people say, oh, what is he doing? No, I mean, that's flair. That's having fun on the diamond. And you see it now. It's came back. And, so I think some people have don't like it because they played in a certain era. And I get that. But if you date back to how baseball was played back in the day, people have fun and bring it back. And I love it when these young dudes, again, some of it can be egregious, but I love it when they have fun and have a good time, because baseball is about, in sports in general, it's about having a good damn time.
Yeah, it's a really cool event that baseball has put together. Kudos for them, and they're fixing up that ballpark for eternity, which is great.
Yes.
Along we go to Socially Speaking, Adam. This is where we answer a tweet or social media post, and you receive a chance to win a $50 gift card from our friends at Lido Pizza, proud partner of the Baltimore Orioles. We are at Adam Jones Pod on social media, at Adam Jones Pod. And after you asked about who would people like to see on a future podcast, we sure got a lot of replies. Careful what you wish for, because HP at IB Heather P gave us a laundry list of names. I just picked out a few. We got Adley Rushman, Mookie Betts, who's on the men right now. Get well, Mookie.
Yeah. He might have some time on his hands.
Big Papi, who you know very well. Kevin Millar, another guy you know very well. Darren O'Day, you know very well. I saw he was doing Braves radio the other day.
He's doing Braves radio? Yeah, he's doing great. He's thoroughly enjoying it.
And then we aim a little higher. Charles Barkley, Shaq. Ryan Clark, and Angel Reese.
I would love to have Angel Reese. Obviously, I would love to have all of them. I would love to have Angel Reese. I mean, she is transcending sports herself. Her team is good. And, what she's doing locally for Baltimore, I can't wait to see all the things that she does once she starts to build her career and starts to, do everything for the city. So she's definitely high on my list also. So with all the other guys. Millar, we should definitely get on. Cowboy up, get him on, get him rowdy. Obviously, and some other guys. Yes, maybe I think we should definitely reach out.
Yeah, last time I saw O'Day was at your retirement ceremony.
Nice. Yeah, he's doing well. He's working Braves radio and just in Atlanta raising his kids.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. We want to thank our sponsors, Adam. Please go out and support the following as they support this podcast.
The Adam Jones Podcast is brought to you by our friends at the Weinman Company. Keeping Baltimore safe is an incredibly important job, and protecting those who keep us safe is equally important. The Baltimore Police Department leads the nation in supporting its officers with innovative wellness programs, free fitness classes, counseling services, citywide discounts, and more. Right now, the BPD is hiring. Join now and receive a $10,000 signing bonus upon swearing in. Build a meaningful career in public safety with the BPD and get the support you need to serve Baltimore effectively. Apply now at bpdrecruit.org. Everyone knows Greenmount Station in Hampstead, but did you know that at Greenmount Station you can bet 7 days a week just like you're at the track? With in-person teller windows and state-of-the-art touchscreen kiosks. And with Greenmount Station's brand new Bet Park Sportsbook, you can bet on all other sports as well, wherever you are in Maryland. Spreads, money lines, live bets, props, parlays, and teasers. The Bet Parks Maryland mobile app is now live for Apple and Android devices, so you'll never miss your next big score. Just search for Bet Parks MD in the Apple App Store or on Google Play. And for a limited time, 21 and over Adam Jones podcast listeners can get a $75 gift card to Greenmount Station simply for opening a new account with promo code GMS and a minimum $50 initial deposit. $75 gift card for new users in Maryland only. 21 and over only. Please play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. The Adam Jones podcast is brought to you by Jimmy's Famous Seafood, Charm City's favorite crab cake destination. Local sports fan? Experience the ultimate pregame party at the tailgate. Cheer on the Ravens with iconic live performances, an open bar, and mouth-watering eats. Can't make it? No worries. Bring the same food that caught the attention of the Food Network right to your doorstep. Shipping East Coast recipes nationwide. Jimmy's Famous Seafood is the official sponsor of the guests appearing on the Adam Jones podcast.
It might be an 11, maybe a 9. It could be 13's time, or 5. With new Cash Pop from the Maryland Lottery, a winning number is drawn 4 times a day. Just pick a number from 1 to 15 for a chance to win cash, like the $2,500 top prize.
Woo! Cash pop.
Cash Pop. Put a little pop in your day.
If you received ERC funds, listen closely. The IRS has 10 years to audit your claim, but you only have until March 22nd to get taxpayer relief, and the clock is ticking. If you're losing sleep over a possible audit, we'll review your claim. If you made a filing error, we'll set things right. If you're being audited, we'll provide expert representation. The IRS Voluntary Disclosure Program ends March 22nd. You deserve peace of mind. Visit SaveMyERC.com to schedule a consultation today. That's SaveMyERC.com. Effective Solutions, your one-stop shop for commercial contracting. Everything from excavation and site development to emergency remediation and restoration. Effective Solutions specializes in many forms of commercial and mixed-use construction. With a dedicated staff and a commitment to quality, Effective Solutions delivers every time. There are a lot of ways to make whiskey, but there's only one way to make Jack Daniels. At Jack Daniels, they charcoal mellow every drop, only using water from Cave Spring Hollow in Tennessee. When you make your own label, you make everything else yours too. But we don't need to tell you that, do we? Make it count. Jack Daniels. Please drink responsibly. Tennessee whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniels and Old No. 7 are registered trademarks. 2022. Jack Daniels. All rights reserved. The Adam Jones Podcast welcomes Relief Shop. Shop Maryland's largest adult use and medical cannabis menu, located at 1114 Cathedral Street in Baltimore, with medical delivery available throughout Maryland 7 days a week, only at Relief Shop.
Your fun awaits at Hollywood Casino Perryville. Feed the whole crew with something for everyone, from cheesesteaks to crab cake sandwiches. Plus, ask how you can get a $15 dining credit. Get in on the gaming action with the hottest slots and your favorite table games like blackjack, roulette, and poker. free live shows every Friday and Saturday. Come experience nonstop fun and excitement only at Hollywood Casino Perryville.
Hey Baltimore, Monument City Brewing has been crafting the best beer in Maryland since 2014. Located at 1 North Haven Street in Baltimore, you've seen us at the ballpark. Now drop by our tasting room. Open Thursday through Sunday with events, music, and great food trucks. And this year we are honored to collaborate with Adam Jones and the Adam Jones Podcast with Simply AJ Ballpark IPA, available throughout the baseball season. It's going to be a great year, Baltimore. Visit us online at monumentcitybrewing.com or follow us on Instagram at Monument City Brewing.
Hey, you work hard, I work hard, and we all like to save money. That's why we need the Royal Farms ROFO Rewards app to get more value for our hard-earned money. With the app, you earn royalty points on every purchase, can place mobile orders for quick pickup, plus a discount at the gas pump with ROFO Pay. We all like to save money, and with the ROFO Rewards app, we do.
Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
It's the perfect time to check out a spacious and reliable new Toyota SUV. Like a RAV4, with available all-wheel drive and plenty of cargo space, you'll go from errands to adventures in no time. Plus, available features like wireless charging will keep you connected. Or check out a Highlander with seating for up to 8. It's a hub for family adventure. Your Toyota dealer is getting new vehicles in stock regularly, so don't wait. Find deals on a RAV4 or Highlander at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. The Bay Sox are in town June 18th to the 23rd, and fireworks follow Friday and Saturday night games. It's Educator Appreciation Week, so school employees can get 2 free tickets by showing their school ID Tuesday through Friday. Sunday is one of our big bobbleheads of the season, the Adley Rutschman-Grayson Rodriguez dual bobble, featuring both players walking off the field together after another 1-2-3 frame. Get tickets at baysox.com.
Thanks to senior executive producer Chip Franklin for putting this latest episode together. Chip keeps asking me about our company party, and I told him it was great, but it was held last week. Sorry you missed it, Chip. Go out and subscribe to the Baltimore Banner. Until next week, be kind, be real, and make sure to be back for next week's episode of the Adam Jones Podcast.